Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is the Gelgoog Jager in space. I just like the Jager. It's maybe not my favorite Gelgoog, just because I do miss having some kind of dodge roll, which almost all of them do. Also, I just do that sometimes now when I get my mobile suit, because I like the noise it makes. So, but yeah, it's got that great beam rifle, which can either be a charged sniper weapon basically, or a beam machine gun with slightly decreased range, and it works really well. So you're going to see some decent damage here, as I recall. Let's see. Well, I destroyed a shield in one shot. That's something. Because if you hit a shield, it will only stop someone and give you a pursuit stopped message if you break the shield. So yeah, one shot at the shield. And now got a pretty good shot in with the beam saber, and now I'm going to use the Vulcans, because the Vulcans on this thing are dynamite. They are, 140 damage a shot. That is pretty excellent for head Vulcans, and for head Vulcans on a support, that makes them really, really useful. And just waiting, missed my shot, which it probably would have still been invulnerable even if I didn't. But that's it. I make mistakes. Everybody does. You don't name your channel Flailthroughs because you're perfect. Switch to the beam gun in the wrist because, well, if you need some spot damage and you missed and you want your rifle to cool down, it's a good combination. That's a good shot. That they kind of rolled through it, but I don't think they took any damage. I think their invulnerability saved them. Again, that always seems to save other people, but not me. Just one of those things. I think it comes down to both timing and connection quality, and neither of those are really great for me sometimes. Let's see, I hit with one of the beam machine gun shots because one of them went off before I got stunned. I really would kind of like to see those shots, fire whether you got stunned or not, because if it's a single press of the trigger, it should probably just kind of go off, even if you're getting knocked around. Having those shots go wild could be an interesting mechanic, but it would also kind of mess up some people's attacks if they were, if they approached from a bad angle and soaked all of your hits and got stunned. I can see as how that would cause a lot of chagrin with some players. And I probably couldn't blame them either. That would annoy me. And back in the fight, we've got a 2,000 point lead, which at these point values is not the world, but it's something. And just looking for a good opportunity, and that looks like one. Fired my shots, but again, they were tackling, I think, and didn't quite get it. Managed to get them there, though, for a really good amount of damage. And got the kill. 450. Very nice. Now it's time to get back to cover and wait for my charge and just hang back. And there's a good shot. Can't really follow it up, but don't have to, because number one there in the Proto Gundam was on the ball and got him. And let's see. It's a good shot, but I aimed a little too high. Again, that's one of the reasons I kind of trained myself on the ground, especially to do most of my aiming with movement instead of the right analog stick, because as you can see, I very frequently overcorrect with the right analog. Sometimes I get it just right, a lot of times I don't. That's just a habit back from my PS1 days, because in my opinion, the analogs on the DualShock 4 are just a lot better than the DualShock 3. I think I've mentioned this before, but I had a red DualShock 3, and it did not take very long at all to... It felt really great for like the first couple of months, and then the casing around the analog was worn down to just pink dust. You could see it on the stick, and you could feel the casing was getting worn down and changing the resistance. And the DualShock 4, I have seen no dust. They have reshaped the analog casing just a little bit, and it holds tension a lot longer. I've had the one I'm using for a couple of years now, and it is still in fine shape. Want to get a spare eventually, but I don't have one on hand at the moment. So, and let's see. Well, yeah, see. Allies trying to get it. I've got my beam saber out because none of the Gelgoog Jager's weapons really have splash damage, so to hit the largest area, beam saber would be what you'd need. Yeah, we now control just about all the checkpoints except for the one near our base, which that's kind of a problem, so let's go see what we can do. If I'm not careful, I'm going to get murdered on approach just because I have 1,700 hit points, and it doesn't take a lot of damage. It doesn't take many shots at this level to do that. Yeah, I just got Vulcan to death. I was not half careful enough going around that corner. I should have... I think I was trying to get that person as they peeked out, but they were just more ready to capitalize on that than I was. And better at maintaining cover, which is what I needed to do. But now it is time to get up here and try and hopefully stop the... find the enemy and defuse the bomb. I have to have at least 10 seconds to defuse. I don't see any enemy around. I'm just going to go for it. Why that person didn't fire on me, I don't know. I guess they saw a better opportunity. But yeah, I sent back me up because I really... With this many enemies around, and one of them being a pilot, as you just saw on the radar, I need a miracle. And somehow I got it. So now I need to find that pilot and kill them so they can't place the bomb again. I'm doing a lot of, evasion because I need to see them. They went back to try and place the bomb again, and I got them. So that... I should not have survived that. I have played a dozen rounds where I did not survive that, and the fact that my entire team was otherwise engaged, and I still managed to stop them from from the bomb from going off, that is just sheer luck. If any one of the enemy team had been paying the least bit of attention, I would have died and that bomb would have gone off. Like I said, I've had it happen so many times, so many frustrating times. But yeah, it is... the bomb is now not a problem. That mobile suit isn't a problem. And I got this out because I kind of half expected another pilot to try and go after planting the bomb, but there's not enough time left anymore, so it doesn't matter. You need 10 seconds to plant the bomb and 10 seconds to defuse the bomb, and the bomb takes 60 seconds to count down. So once you are below a minute and 10, the bomb is not a concern anymore. I'm pretty sure that person got out of their mobile suit because they maybe didn't realize that and went to plant one, or just had enough of the fighting and couldn't do it and decided they'd plant one and get themselves to like 150 points or whatever. No, excuse me, it's 50 for planting and 150 for defusing, so be good and sure your bomb's going to go off if you do this. Or that the enemy team's not going to defuse before time runs out, which we aren't. There's just no time. There's literally no point, so we can just keep pursuing these people who are low on health. Got into a good rhythm with the spot gun there. Not enough to stun, but enough to keep it from overheating. Got a lot of good damage out of that. And some decent machine gun shots in the back. Got another shot, and got the kill just under the wire. So I'm pretty happy with how that one turned out. Yeah, so... Like I said, I thought I saved this one just because I thought it went well and it was a good time, and yeah. So, and I don't remember what I did with the colors on this one or why. It might be the Rose and Zulu colors I did for somebody a while back, but either way. I did not place, but like I said, I think I did well enough to justify it. 5 kills, 2 deaths, defused a bomb, got a good last second kill. Good stuff. That is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We'll be back soon with more, so till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later! Still waiting on Yuma Lightning's high-mobility Gelgoog. If that can use the missile launcher that the high-mobility Zaku's can do, that is going to be just fantastic. It's going to be a lot of fun.